This gameplay is me in the most recent Grandmaster birthplace of Devour, and look at me just completely obliterating and one-shotting any ads that stand in my way. I mean, just look at the score from my previous 2 rounds. This build is unmatchable and you're going to love it. I've got to say, I don't remember the last time I've had this much fun with a build. So if you want to know how I did this, make sure to stick around. However, first, I want to thank every single one of you for supporting me and my videos so far. We have reached 1000 subs and I'm celebrating this by making a $50 giveaway for you guys, and all you have to do to enter is make sure you're subscribed, join my Discord and go to the giveaways channel and simply react with an emoji there. That way the bot will automatically include you in the giveaway and you'll have a chance at winning. I'll be announcing the winners in 5 days, so good luck everyone. Now let's get to the build. When running Heart of Inmost Light, what I like to do is to spread out my stats. That way I have moderately low cooldowns on most of my abilities. Now obviously you want to prioritize recovery, but then you want to spread your stats with resilience and discipline. Now I happen to have crazy high intellect, but that's simply because of my armor. I don't use any intellect mods. We are going to be using Rally Barricade. Now we are using this for the lower cooldown and it gives you the nice reload speed, stability and range when you stand behind it. Now we're gonna use Shield Throw because it's nice and easy to proc that Overshield, and then Vortex Grenade because it's one of the strongest grenades right now. For our aspects we are going to be using the Offensive Bulwark. This is what's going to give you that insane grenade recharge rate whenever you have an Overshield on, which in this build is going to be pretty much at all times. For our second aspect we are using Bastion. This gives you and your allies that nice Overshield whenever you cast your Barricade. Not only that, but it also regenerates the shield when you're standing behind it, and it extends the timer. As for our Fragments, we are using Echo of Persistence. Now this increases the duration of our Overshield and Devour buff. Echo of Starvation, which is going to give you Devour whenever you pick up an Orb of Power, which we are going to be creating a ton of. And Echo of Expulsion, which is going to make Void ability Final Blows cause targets to explode. In the future, so next season, if they remove Volatile Flow from our mods, all you have to do is simply replace Echo of Expulsion for Echo of Instability. This is still going to give you that volatile rounds whenever you defeat targets with your grenade, meaning that in the future, we are still gonna have volatile rounds in this build. Okay, so when it comes to mods, on our helmet we are going to be running Volatile Flow. Now this gives us volatile rounds to our void weapons whenever we pick up a void elemental well. Now because this is most likely going to get removed next season, all you have to do is swap out the aspect that I told you about previously. And then we can put a Well of Tenacity instead. Next thing, we are going to be running Ashes to Assets. Now this gives us a very nice chunk of super energy whenever we kill with our grenade. Now if you're struggling a lot with ammo, then you can always swap this for an ammo finder of your choice. And finally we are going to be running this with a Harmonic Siphon, which is going to be creating a lot of orbs because we are going to be using a void weapon in this build. Now for our gauntlets, we are going to be running Seeking Wells. Thanks to this, the wells that you make are going to be coming to you instead of you having to go and pick them up. This is super useful and harder content, as sometimes the wells are too far to get. Now I love combining this with a grenade launcher loader because we are going to be using Dead Messengers 90% of the run, and who doesn't want faster reload speed on a grenade launcher? Now if you need a little bit more energy, then you can swap it out with Momentum Transfer, which basically gives you melee energy whenever you cause damage with your grenade. But I recommend sticking with the Grenade Launcher Loader. The last mod that we are using is the Champion mod, so make sure you adapt it to the activity that you're doing. Our exotic is going to be the Heart of Inmost Light. Now this has been a very good exotic throughout the whole season. What this exotic does is that whenever you use one ability like your grenade, your melee or your barricade, it empowers the other 2 abilities. Now that means that they're gonna have a faster regen, melees and grenades do more damage, and your barricade has more hit points. This is going to allow you to spam your abilities left and right, which is gonna synergize very well with this build and making wells. We are combining this with Reaping Wellmaker, which is going to produce a Void Well after using your class ability, which in our case is our Barricade. When it comes to resistances, make sure you adapt them to each of your activities. I was facing a lot of Void damage in the Grandmaster, so I made sure that I was using Void resistance. For our legs guys, we are going to be using Font of Might. Now this is going to give us a nice 25% damage boost on all of our Void weapons, and combined with volatile rounds, it absolutely melts everyone. We combine this with Recuperation for that nice heal whenever we pick up an Orb of Power, and then a Scavenger of your choice. Weapon wise, you guys might have already figured it out, but we are going to be using the Dead Messenger. This is such a strong weapon, just in general. Now the reason why I like this weapon so much is because it's so versatile. Not only it has insane ad clear, but if you are facing a arc burn or a solar burn, you can just swap the energy type to match the burn. Now the way I play it is I match the burn until I spawn a void well. Once I spawn a void well, I switch it to void. I keep using void until volatile rounds and Font of Might expires. Once those two expire, I just switch it back to the burn of the activity. That way I'm always taking advantage of the best of both worlds. For your kinetic weapon, you're just going to be using whatever you need to take care of champions. In this case, I was facing unstoppable champions, so that's what I was using. Now, you don't really need to equip overload weapons because we already have overload grenades slotted in. As for your heavy weapon, you can just use whatever you want to. Now, obviously, I like to match the burn of the activity, so if the activity had a void burn or a void singe, I would use a void weapon. So to summarize this build, you're going to have very fast charging abilities thanks to Heart of Inmost Light, which is also going to be generating you a lot of void wells and a lot of orbs of power. The orbs are going to give you the Devour buff, which is going to help you survive way longer, and the wells are going to be giving you the Font of Might and Volatile Rounds buff, which are going to make your Dead Messenger even deadlier than it already is. I'm telling you guys, you need to try out this build, and trust me, you're going to love it the same way as I did. Now, as always, here is the summary sheet of the build. You can screenshot it or you can view it in my Discord where I keep all my builds nice and tidy together. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for the support that you guys have been giving me. You guys are absolutely awesome. Don't forget to join the giveaway. I'm going to leave the Discord link in the description as always. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video.